Morning again. The topic I'm taking is the embellishment upsell with digital UV and foil. So that's a new thing which is coming up, how we can upsell the documents that we are creating, all the digital printing we are having. It's not very old, but embellishment is something new which is catching up to enhance the enhance the same documents that we are printing and how we can add more value to the to those documents. So all of you may be knowing about KONICA MINOLTA, but just before beginning the presentation, I'll talk about we are almost 150 years old company in the field of printing industry and imaging. So it started way back in 1873, and we've been continuing that legacy in the field of imaging since then. So next year we'll be completing 150 years in field of imaging and science. KONICA MINOLTA globally, we have a research and development center in Tokyo, and where we have approximately 1,500 people working for developing new products, and we spend approximately 7% of our net sales ratio on developing new products and technologies. We have a strategic tie-up with a company, French company, MGI, which is a leader in embellishment products on this, and we promote their technology in embellishment. So coming to embellishment, there's a science behind it. We all have 5 senses. We call it sight, hear, touch, smell, and taste. And the basic science is when 2 or more senses are appealed in a consistent way, they amplify each other. So now when this is done, they amplify in terms of how we perceive a product and marketing, and consumers are also likely to retain the information about the brand. And that's why the brands spend a lot of money and time and money on determining how we can influence the customers and how we can create a more effective and positive message so that they recollect the brand recognition, it improves the brand recognition. Some of the industry segments which are using embellishment, digital printing, book publishing, label printing, commercial printing, packaging, trade finishers, flexible printing. So almost all the segments of printing that are covered, we can embellish using different technologies, different products from MGI, and we cover the whole gamut of the sphere of printing to embellish the products. New opportunities are everywhere in packaging, display, labels, home decor, textiles, 3D printing, photo products, books, and on all these applications we can enhance using embellishment. So these add more value to the documents, and the same way we can upsell the products for these applications. So coming to the expanding in terms of as fellow printers, there are 2 ways how we can expand our market or expand our operations. We look at from a value perspective, and we look at from enhancing the printing capability from a longer run perspective. So when we are talking about increasing the value, how we can enhance the documents to create more value, and how we can upsell the same piece of documents. And there are other ways in terms of where we increase our capacity in terms of running cost, productivity enhancement, improving supply chains. So all these, both the ways are good, but there is also to look at it from a future perspective. Either way is not bad, not good. So you need to have a combination of where you can add more value to the documents also. So coming to that, our thought process is ink on paper strategy is not enough from a long-term perspective. So printers need to think about more on leveraging the data more, how we can enhance the documents, how we can add more variable content to them, and add more physical value to the paper. For this, we have a technology, we call it embellishment. We can do hot foil and spot UV using digital process. The digital tactile effects, it creates more, enhances the visibility of the same documents, and while creating a texture effects on these. Currently, these are the effects are being created using a screen printing process, but there are certain limitations using the screen printing process. With digital, we can have n number of variations in the same document, and it is more easier to operate. We can have a digital foil, and it creates an eye-catching effects using different colors of foils. It attracts immediate attention, which helps in terms of brands whenever they are being there put on the shelf as a product or as a packaging product. It helps in attracting the customer's attention. And if we are using a digital process, we can have multiple foils, and we can do foil on foil also. There's a marketing psychology, and it is science. It is being researched with few of the researchers, and they have the effect that the effect of mere touch has an impact on the perceived ownership of a product. So if a customer or somebody is touching or seeing a product which is embellished, there are more chances of the customer buying it. So when we are using these technologies for our customers, it helps them to upsell or increase the visibility of their product for the end customer, which helps in brand recognition and and the sales of those products also. So what do brands want? As from a fellow printers to product, it's the same thing. They want to make it a success. So whatever products that they are bringing for their end customers, they want it to be more successful, selling more, and these embellishment helps them to upsell. So as printers, we also need to understand and have deep driving principles with them to speak more fluently and share with them more ideas how we can enhance the same documents or packaging products, which adds more value to them, and it takes them much longer for their end customers. Embellishment helps to create documents which are more flashy, more eye-catching, and are easy noticeable for the end customers. So remember the touch feeling effect that you can have of embellishment on the piece of a document. It creates sensory elements on it, and where the customer or the reader can touch and feel the effects. And these effects brings thoughts about a product and brand, and also creates an appearance and approach towards the field of buying a product or having an ownership of those products. So merely seeing a product, it increases the chance by almost 80% that the customer will buy those products. So if those products are embellished, somebody sees a product on the shelf, it creates, or there are almost 80% of the chance of somebody buying it or picking it. Coming to how these brands or the embellishment elements help to upsell as a printer when we are using these technologies. There are two parameters on this. So where there are different technologies or different embellishment effects which are being there, like infrared, UV, metallic, fluorescent, white, foil, textured, spot UV or a spot color. So almost all these are used for different products by different printers on this, and the chances of the customers willing to pay for it higher is the three components where there are chances they get more value for the money. So foil, textured, and spot creates or helps to upsell the same document by almost 82, 89 or 40%. So it helps in direct marketing. If it looks and feels different, it creates the different look and feel of the product, and it increases the response rate for the same piece of document by almost 400%. So somebody who's using the embellishment product, so it helps the end customers' readership, and for a brand, they want their customers to look and see or reach out to them more faster. So the embellishment helps them to reach out to their customers much faster. Saying visibility is the key. So what you see is what sells first. And why we do it digitally? There are advantages why we can do digitally. We can do spot UV, we can do embossing of the foil. We don't need to be pressed from the other side of the paper. The traditional technology, there is a there is a, how do you say, a impression which is left on the paper when we are doing an embossing. We can do foil stamping digitally, which was not possible in a traditional way. We use blocks to do it. The effects is we can do short run, we can do variable data of spot UV and foil also, and the turnaround time is much faster. We have various equipments or devices in for doing embellishment, right from A3 size up to B1 size, and for labels also to do roll to roll. The basic advantages why we should be doing digital is it's on print on demand, cost effective short runs, so we can do short runs on this. The turnaround time is much faster, and we have personalized variable data printing also. The technology advantages, it is unique, it creates unique value for the brands, and it is exclusive. We can use different ways and means, and there are different foils also, customized foils where you can be more exclusive. It creates a differentiation for the brands. So when two brands are competing in this, a customer is able to see one product which is embellished, the other brand remains at the same level. The effects of tactile are visually compelling. So people tend to see by default on the products which are embellished. It generates more value addition for the brands. It has an exclusive look and feel, and which is suitable for commercial packaging and labels on this. So thanks from my side.